What's up everyone, my name is Vortlas and welcome back to some more SimRacing. Today we are back on Project Cars for the second part of the Project Cars career mode. Here we go. I'm very excited about this one because today we are racing for the second time in the British National GT3 Championship. For the second round we're going to Donington Park Grand Prix, one of my favorite tracks in the world. So yeah, previous episode didn't went too well. The meeting at Silverstone Grand Prix was kind of a mess. We spun out twice in the last lap of the sprint race and the main race, so hopefully we're gonna do better this time. However, it's looking very good at the moment for us because I managed to qualify in pole position for this sprint race, so we'll see how it goes as we get closer to the start line to start this 16 lap sprint race here at Donington Park. And we immediately get mugged by Chi Lau here at the start. Chi Lau, who obviously won both races at the previous meeting at Silverstone, so we definitely have to try and pass him to gain some points on the leader. There's only 3 rounds in this British GT3 National Championship, so we're gonna have to make the most of them, and since this is round 2 we're gonna have to score some decent points here. Gonna have to be careful, however, not to make the same mistakes we did last time, because yeah, it's definitely important to get a good points haul out of this weekend. As I get it a little bit sideways here, it's very tricky in the first couple of corners. Tires are really cold. I have to defend in this corner, but nothing major. Able to defend it from Peter Stewart, who also has a good championship position, if I'm not mistaken. So now coming up to my favorite part of the Donington Grand Prix circuit, here this fast chicane where I seem to gain a little bit of time on Chi Lau and building a little bit of a gap towards Peter Stewart behind me. Also this hairpin, the AI takes a little bit of weird line down there. I always hug that inside line and they take a more wider approach, and sometimes you can cut back on him, same into this hairpin here, but we're gonna have to get a little bit closer to make that work, and that's the first lap down of 16 here at Donington Park Grand Prix. I already have to push really hard to be able to keep up with Chi Lau, so we'll have to monitor that because we don't want to end the race with a spin, obviously. But yeah, my qualifying pace seems to be much higher than my race pace here, so hopefully we can hold on to that second place and maybe try and challenge for that first place as we get a little bit closer into that corner, but still not able to be completely competitive to try and challenge for that first place. Skipping ahead then to lap 6 here. Situation is kind of status quo at the moment. I'm still in second place. But there's still a little bit of a gap towards Chi Lau, and it's increasing slowly. But what's positive is that I'm still increasing the gap to Peter Stewart behind me, so I'm in a good position right now in this race. Skipping ahead then to lap 10, I'm really close to Chi Lau here, trying to make a move in the hairpin, but I'm not able to do it, so I have to try and cut back on him. Still have the overlap, but not the Mercedes' exit speed is way higher than mine, so still have to try here into this hairpin, but I'm not able to do it here. Exit speed of the Mercedes again is way higher than mine, but I have to be patient right now, as how it looks now it's just a matter of time before I can make a move on him. Still have to be careful though, because we're already on lap 11 of 16, so I'm not sure if I can wait too long with that move. So skipping ahead then to lap 14 into the chicane here, getting really close to Chi Lau again in this sector 3 of the lap. Really close trying to make a move, but same story as a couple of laps ago. Try and have to cut back, there's a little bit of contact, but I'm not able to do it this time again. Again into the second hairpin, but I just don't seem to have the speed here to make that move. I'm kind of getting a little bit desperate right now because already lap 15 now, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it or not. Skipping ahead then to lap 15, again here in the third sector, really close into the first of the 2 hairpins, but yeah, same story again. It's no use actually we're not gonna make that move here. Still trying here down the inside though, but yeah, something about my setup, maybe a little bit too much understeer, I don't know, but yeah, kind of getting desperate right now. Skipping then to the last couple of corners of the race. Again, very close in the third sector. It's my last chance to get a race win here against Kyung Lao. Very close. I think I've never been this close in this race. Trying to get on the inside, a little bit of contact, try to squeeze him a little bit wide. I'm right next to him, very close here into the last corner. Have the inside. Is he still on my outside? No, he's behind me. So that will be our first win. The first win here at Donington Park. A little bit of a cheeky move, obviously. There was some contact, but yeah, I didn't think I stole that one. I was faster overall, so I think that was kind of deserved, and I kind of could use the points, obviously. So that's me in first place, then it's Kyung Lao, and then Peter Stewart. So that's really good for our championship, obviously. I was quite surprised actually, because I didn't think that move would ever work after 15 laps of trying. But yeah, it did eventually pan out in the last lap. So yeah, that's just amazing. So that gives us 25 points in the championship, and that will promote us up into 4th place overall with 36 points. And obviously Kyung Lao is still in 1st place, then it's Alec and Stewart. So then getting ready to start the main race here at Donington Park. We only managed to qualify for this one in 7th place. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of work to do, more than in the first race of course. So we're still hoping for kind of a good finish here, but it's kind of looking good because we're not the only one who qualified a little bit bad. Chi Kyung Lao actually qualified in 11th place, so we're trying to capture some points off of him, of course. But Mutawa and Stewart, also championship rivals, qualified into 1st and 2nd. And there's also Elak, of course, who qualified into 4th place. So yeah, most of our rivals are in front of us, but the championship leader at this point is in 11th place. So yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. It's a 25 lap race here, obviously with a mandatory pit stop, so that will add some extra strategy into the race. Let's go. Lights are green and away we go for this 25 lap main race here at Donington Park. Immediately get mugged by the rolling start here on Project Cars. It's always a mess. Into the first corner, trying to cut back on that BMW as 2 cars gone wide onto off the track. So that's immediately 2 positions gained, and trying to regain that position from the BMW, which I'm able to do. So that's P5 here coming into the old hairpin. So yeah, a little bit running wide here, but I'm able to rejoin right in front of the BMW. So yeah, not a bad start here at this point. Gained 2 positions, started in 7th, so yeah, that's 2 positions gained. So that's a very good start. Actually, I think, yeah, Peters. Oh, another car is running wide, so that's another position gained. But normally Stewart and Elek should be here, but I think that were the 2 cars who ran wide into the first corner. So immediately gained some points on my main rivals. Getting really close to Bartos here in the Aston Martin. Trying to shove it down the inside. It's not gonna work. I think he's still on my outside, actually on the inside for the next corner. So I'm gonna have to try and cut back here, but as we've seen in the past, that's not gonna work. So that's P4 and 1 lap down of 25. So not a bad start. Again, my main rivals are behind me. Still Mutawa, of course, who's still in 1st place, I think. So yeah, trying to keep Bartos here under pressure into the old hairpin, very close, right under his rear wing, but not able to do it at the moment. But I'm having a lot of pace here and trying to get down the inside here into this corner, but that makes it the outside for the next corner. Running a little bit wide. Is he still there? Is he still there? I have no idea. Yeah, he's still there. So very close racing here at Donington Park, but still down the outside. I'm not sure if I passed him. Yes, I've passed him, so I can clear him just before the hairpin. That's perfect. Still looking down my inside, but it's not gonna do that. So that's P3. Skipping ahead then to lap 8, still looking good. Mutawa is actually in front of me right now, so at some point he must have lost the lead. I've kind of missed that. But yeah, it's looking really good because I'm very close to Mercedes. Trying to get a good run out of the old hairpin here. Right under that big wing of that Mercedes, getting a lot of speed. Trying to fire it down the inside. He's still on the outside. A little bit of contact there into the corner. Still some contact. Very dangerous stuff. Lost a little bit of time, but the most important part is that we both survived and still on the track. Skipping ahead then to lap 10. Still running some consistent laps and still very close to Mutawa actually. And to the car in the lead. I have no idea who that is at this point. Very frustrating to be right behind him and not being able to pass him around this narrow track. Skipping ahead then to lap 12. Still very close to Mutawa into this third sector here. Getting a good exit as the pit window is starting to open. Trying to brake as late as possible, but Mutawa brakes later. I have no idea how he does that, but on the outside now. But that will be the inside actually, but that will be the outside for the next corner. Braking early and try to perform a cutback as we've done so many times. And P1 is going into the pits, and actually that was Peter Stewart. So that was not Peter Stewart who ran wide into the first corner of this race. That must be Elec and some other car. I have no idea who that other car was. But Peter Stewart is virtually in the lead right now. As I'm getting very close to Mutawa, firing it down the inside. But I was outside for the old hairpin, trying to cut back. A little bit of contact. He's on the grass. And did I clear him? Yes. So that promotes us into P1 here in the main race at Donington Park. Skipping ahead then to lap 15. We're closing in on some lap traffic, so we're not going to take any more risks, and we're going into the pits. I think Mutawa also went into the pits, so yeah, you can see it right there. We're hoping of course for a fast pit stop and to exit the pits in front of him, so I'm not sure if that's gonna work. No, it did not work out. He's just in front of us, so that's a bummer. We're gonna exit the pits in 6th position now with Mutawa right in front of us. So yeah, we still got a lot of work to do now. Skipping to the end of the lap then, crossing the start finish line. We made up another spot because someone was in the pits, so that promotes us into 5th place. Then skipping to the next lap, again passing the start finish line. 2 cars in the pits, so that promotes us into 3rd place. So that means Mutawa and Stewart are the cars up ahead. So then skipping ahead to lap 20. There's been a lot of fog coming up over the last couple of laps here, so I'm gonna have to be careful because the track is kind of damp at the moment. So yeah, getting really close to Mutawa here on the outside. A little bit running wide. Be careful not to run too wide with the damp grass. It can catch you out real quick. So I'm gonna have to be careful now and see if an opportunity comes along, but not gonna have to force anything because that will be a good points haul 1st and 3rd. But yeah, obviously 1st and 2nd is always better. Skipping then to the last couple of corners here, actually skipping to the last corner of the lap here. I was kind of worried about fuel because fuel light has come on, and I just barely made it, so kind of held back a little to make sure I had enough fuel to finish the race. But that's 3rd place, really good for us actually this weekend. So that's a 1st and a 3rd. Peter Stewart won the race ahead of Mutawa obviously, and we're gonna see Lau is in 8th place, so that's also very good for us. So that gives us 15 more points in the championship, which is very good. I actually also had the fastest lap in race 1, so that's another point. And when we look at the championship standings, we are in 3rd place and we have 51 points, and Keong Lau is still in first place, and Peter Stewart in second with 64 points with his first victory here at Donington Park. So we're ahead now of Elek and Mutawa, so that's a good thing. Third place in the championship, which is really good. Next round is going to be round 3 of the British National GT3 Championship, and it will be held at Brands Hatch, also one of my favorite tracks out there. So definitely looking forward to that. And obviously, if we finish high enough, we will be elected to race in the GT3 European Series. So yeah, that's kind of exciting. So that was it. Thanks for watching. Definitely leave a like if you enjoy this career mode, and subscribe to see more videos of this career mode, project cars, and other sim racing content. See you later.